Alright, shout out to the Jamaica Star for this one, and shout out to the people tuning in for the first time. If you've never been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on SouFLoTV. This is Confessions Testimony number 14. This is the 14th video we've done, giving you 14 different testimonies from this Clansman One Dan gang trial that is taking place in Jamaica, that is shaping up to be the longest and biggest case tried in Jamaica's judicial system in history. Right, so here we go. A cell phone that was used to secretly record the conversation of alleged members of the Clansman gang, including its leader Andre Blackman, has now been admitted into evidence. The phone was one of 3 that the prosecution sought to put before the court in the trial in the Supreme Court. So there was a little fight going on. Of course, it's a lawyer's best interest, if he's defending his client, to throw out as much evidence as you can. Because once that evidence is thrown out, you don't have to worry about it anymore. And they really tried to get the phone evidence to be thrown out. At one point, I thought they were going to throw it out because the judge did put a stay on it, but the judge didn't say no altogether. The judge gave them some time to get some things in place to prove the chain of custody of these recordings. So the prosecution's second witness now, who is the former top-tier member of the gang, he had testified that he had secretly recorded phone conversations. And remember, we talked about this before. He had testified in court that he had secretly recorded phone conversations that he had with key members of the gang, including the man Dan himself, Blackman. And he said that he had handed over these to the police. He told the court that 2 of the phones were provided by the police, while Brian had sponsored the 3rd phone after he told him that his phone was not working properly. That's how it used to be. They used to say, boy, I need some money for so-and-so, and Brian would connect the financier or the person who holds their money and said, according to testimony, allegedly, and say, okay, may I approve dog face for your 5 grand. All right, Dogface, go get the money, pick it up from so-and-so. And then he would go pick the money up. Same thing for their phones and little trinkets and whatever else they needed. He would do the same thing. He told him to go pick up a phone according to the last testimony, and he went and picked up the phone. 3 phones worth of testimony. The prosecution on Tuesday had attempted to have the recordings and the transcript admitted into evidence, but its effort was blocked. At that time, defense attorney had raised concerns that no evidence was presented to establish the chain of custody, safekeeping, and the integrity for the compact disc on which the recordings were saved. Now, understand this. We're living in modern times. This ain't like back in the day when the internet just came out. Everybody knows that you can splice and dice words on recordings and tweak voices, or even use somebody's own voice, take it from a different recording and chop pieces and words and put it where you want to put it. I've even seen them edit videos so good that I saw President Obama give a speech, and when he was done giving the speech, him kick over the podium and stomped away. And I thought, damn, when did he do that? That was unprofessional as hell, but that's not like President Obama. So I had to go look it up. And when I look it up, it was somebody that had done the splicing and editing so good. Imagine someone can splice and edit you so good that you can't say you were not there, because there you are on video being there, even though you were not there. So, in a court of law, I'm not talking about outer road where people have to say, in a court of law, you have to prove certain things about this evidence. I guess it was satisfactorily proven to the judge because it is now admitted into evidence. Mirated this talk, this ago. I wonder if, cause you don't know already, so Vybz Kartel are my favorite artist, right? So, and his name did get called up in this. I'm wondering two things. One, I'm thinking there's gonna be a bombshell that's gonna drop. I'm watching certain artists who flow out of Jamaica and they are staying away. This is the longest me ever see them stay away. They're not touching back Jamaica soil as this thing is going on. So I'm wondering if there are other entertainers' names that are going to come up throughout this testimony. Did any of them use the services of these gangsters to commit hits or anything like that? Just thinking outside the box. And at the same time, I wonder if any of this phone evidence has that recording of Vybz Kartel on it ordering a hit. Now remember, I know these people testified that one of them testified said Vybz Kartel tell him personally on the phone who him want kill. And 3 people, he ordered 3 hits. He even went as far as to say 2 of them they were successful at, and the 3rd one they didn't get to do it. It was an entertainer, but he got away. All right. With that said, now is where I would say if it's there in evidence, then there's nothing we can say. But if it's not there in evidence and they cannot find any kind of evidence from this phone where Kartel ordered them hit there, then them need to shut up and leave the man name alone. And I believe some malicious something is going on here. Include Kartel name in there for us and we will drop your charges or make sure you come out safe. Because I not say which part him link in and that. I know a lot of people are saying stuff like, anyway you see me, you say clans and all that, but that ain't where it's at with me. Me need some proof. Me need some proof, some solid proof. Anyway, the prosecution on Wednesday returned with a new strategy, which involved calling 4 police witnesses to the stand. These 4 police witnesses, to the stand. These cops were involved in the handling of the phones and of the recordings. The lead investigating officer, a detective sergeant who is one of the 4 officers, has so far testified that he himself gave the former gangster 2 cell phones to record conversation evidence and bring it back to him. He said that he later collected the phones and submitted them to the Communication Forensics and Cybercrime Division at the Cyber Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch. So he is admitting, I gave him the phones, Your Honor. He collected evidence on the phones. I personally took the phones back from him and I personally handed these phones over to forensics and to cybercrime. Yesterday, however, only one of the 2 phones were tendered into evidence. The other one was marked for identity after the police sergeant was unable to open it to retrieve the phone's unique identification number. Jaja. Them I go figure it out. Meanwhile, the chief, right now somebody I pray for the phone they don't open it up. I hope the phone never works again. I hope everything is scratched off the phone and the phone. May I tell you, if I was in that position and in possibility of my conversations being on it, any ill conversations being on it with my voice, I would pray and hope that phone they stay locked and them can't take nothing off of it. So right now people are afraid because one of the phone can't open. See? So the judge couldn't say, okay, admit that into evidence. But of course, they can easily send that phone to experts who can open the phone and retrieve all the information that is stored in it. Anyways, they said that yesterday one of the 2 phones was tendered into evidence. The other phone was marked for identity after the police sergeant was unable to open it to retrieve the phone's unique ID number. Meanwhile, the chief investigator yesterday corroborated the testimony of the prosecution's witness, the second witness, that he had handed over the phone of the gang's guns to the police. He had handed over 2 of the gang's guns to the police. So you have a police will come and say, yeah man, him hand them over to me. Isn't that weird? So that means that the man lost 2 shoes then and nothing never happened to him, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the police witness told the court that he received a Ruger 99 and a rifle. He told the court that he had accompanied the ex-gangster to Jones Avenue in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Remember, that's where they said the headquarters is. To collect the rifle under the guise that he was the ex-gangster's uncle. According to the police witness, 2 other policemen traveled behind them in another car. That sounds kind of fishy to me. Me and my gangster them a meet up. My uncle can't do this, so. My uncle can't be there. He can't in the business. And me I go for collect gun. When me I go with uncle and showing up on Jones Avenue right where our headquarters is at. No, sir. And then you tell me, say, my police and nobody no know, say, my police, was he from a different part of Jamaica? I mean, this is going to play out in court. This is going to play out in court. So the police witness said that he had driven the ex-gangster's car and that when they arrived, one man brought a 9mm gun in a scandal bag, wrap up, and then give it to the witness, while another man brought the ammunition that was in a bottle. After the witness had asked about the teeth. What the teeth them there? Can't give me a crocodile with no teeth, daddy. So you hear when Skillibeng sing about crocodile teeth. Everything when I reach, all of the rifle them full of crocodile teeth. I don't know if you ever see the rifle shells them pointy and look like a crocodile teeth. Anyway, the witness had previously told the court that he had handed over the 9mm to the police after he had lied to Brian about borrowing the gun to kill someone. So I'm telling Brian, say, he's going to need the gun to kill somebody. He needs to borrow the gun. And him take the gun and hand it over to the police. That's brave as Ross. The court also heard. So wait now, before I go any further, come in slow. So you just go tell a top gangster, say, you want to borrow a gun to go kill a man. 2 things happen here. 1, did the man who you say you were going to kill die? 2, did they check to see if the man you were going to kill even exists? 3, why would he lend you the gun and as the top boss not check to see if the person you say you are going to kill actually get killed when you say you were going to kill them? And 4, my gun gone missing after you claim you were going to borrow the gun to go kill somebody. Nobody never dead. I fight from you and the gun disappear. How come you were not held accountable for that gun? Anyhow, moving right along. The witness had previously told the court that he handed over that 9mm to the police after he had lied to Brian about borrowing it to go kill somebody with it. The court had also heard that the witness had gone to Jones Avenue that day to drop off the payment for the gun, which the gang was buying, and to collect the weapon. With respect to the rifle, the police witness recalls meeting the witness at a gas station in St. Catherine and collecting the rifle from the witness at that gas station in St. Catherine. At the time, the rifle was wrapped up in a sheet. Take it from them vehicle, move it over to film vehicle, go about in business. The witness had testified that he used to ruse, that he was taking the gun to the gang's gun repair man to get the gun fixed. And instead of taking it to the repairman, he turned it over again to the police. Now this man lost too many guns. People, listen to me. You can't listen to this story and not try to pick sense out of nonsense. And again, I'm not trying to say that anything this man is saying is a lie, and I'm not trying to say that everything he's saying is truth. But what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to understand the rationale behind this. So the 9mm gun now, you come and you tell the top boss, so you want to borrow the gun because you want to kill a man with it. See? Alright, you're given the gun and the gun disappears. We don't hear about nobody were dead where you kill, but the gun disappear. Turns out now you're testifying in court that you gave that gun to the police. The police is there backing it up door saying, yes, him give me the gun. Me rotted. Then you have the next gun, which is a rifle that you're supposed to go drop off money for and pick up because we're buying that rifle. And you told them that the rifle now work too good still in us, so I can't go our gunsmith, make him fix it. And you take that gun as well and you turn it over to the police. And you are not questioned later how the gun them does disappear so or anything like that. Me no know. Somebody make this make sense to me. But here we are at another riveting testimony, and also at the same time the fact that the phone evidence has been admitted into court now. It will be allowed to be used in the trial. Anybody that on the phone evidence there, them get fry like when you crack egg and drop it in a hot oil. That's what I'm saying. So I'll continue to stay close to this, and I'll continue to give you the updates as they unfold. Alright, leave your comments in the comment section below and tell me if what you're listening to, if all of it makes sense to you. Me understand, so we want the criminals off the streets and we want the bloodletting in Jamaica to stop and all that. But listen with your sense, your common sense and your intelligence, and not just your emotions. Alright? Catch you on the next video with SouFLoTV. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.